What the hell did we smoke? Hello film fans from whatever reality or universe you are in right now. I'm glad you clicked, and this is the Jay Shrey way. I like to talk about movies. Please like and subscribe, comment if you saw this, let me know what you thought. I'm just going to do I'm going to try not to talk about this forever because you can gush about this movie for hours, but I'm going to just pretty much make this a quick recommendation because I don't want to tell you much. I didn't watch many of the trailers. All I know was I saw that first trailer, A24. This is A24's Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And I saw in that trailer the googly eyes making logos, and that kind of messed with my phobia. I have that trypophobia where little packs of things in a tight space makes me uncomfortable. So I was very turned off, and I think that's why I didn't watch the actual trailer. I knew Jamie Lee Curtis was in this, and then it also stars Michelle Yeoh and Quan. He is, wow. I'm going to get to him in a second, but yeah, this is a movie about the multiverse. Indie studio did this, an indie studio, A24. But if you don't know, you've probably seen them before without knowing. They've made waves in the industry, and they're always risking it. They're always pushing the envelope, doing things that shouldn't be done, making you feel uncomfortable, all that. And this movie is a tribute to the entire journey of cinema to this point. This is a staple in time. This movie was incredible, and it doesn't even feel like A24. It's only $20 million budget. I don't even think that's the most expensive they had, but this looks more expensive than a lot of things you see. And the guys that directed it, they're called the Daniel brothers. They're not related, but they're both named Daniel, first name, and they did the Swiss Army Man a few years ago, which is a very acquired taste. I personally love that movie as Paul Dano before he was the Riddler, and yeah, it took very dumb things. It's very dumb concepts and reactions characters do, but underneath all that is some very profound messages and things that are just simple but remind you of what it's like to be a human and how we should treat each other and all these things. And yeah, I love that movie, but a lot of people don't. And I didn't know until after I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once that this is the same crew. And wow, man, they definitely upgraded it. Like, this is up there with some of the best, man. It was insane. It's easily the best movie of the year. Let me just start out with a big bold font, big bold headline on the trailer, like you always see. This is the best thing since sliced bread. You got to see this. Well, I will say this is the best movie of the year. Batman at number 2, but this was incredible. Like, as a fan of A24, I'm a huge stan of them, and their audience is usually hipsters and horror fans and adults. And yeah, it doesn't matter what type of audience you are. There's going to be something in this that you will like, at least one scene, but there's probably going to be stuff that you won't like too. I think this movie requires a very open-minded view. You kind of got to be in a mood, and if you're not, it's going to sweep you under your feet and put you in a mood, because it is very, it's a commitment. It's like you should sign a waiver to go in to see this, because it feels like a drug. It's like a brand new drug put on a screen. And there's been movies like that before, like Enter the Void and stuff like that, that just feel like a big wild trip and are engineered like that. But this was, there's just something layered inside of this that makes it just deeper and more powerful than things we're used to seeing. And it also, on the exterior, it has a Hollywood feel to it and a action feel. I mean, there's action in this for sure. It's got a multiverse concept, and they don't shy away from that. I thought it was going to be, I mean, there's clever editing, and they do a lot of this for cheap, but it looks big budget. That you feel like you're hopping from these universes. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like something you do in your garage, but some of these things they probably did do in their little garage. I don't know how they displayed it so well, but pretty much all these characters are playing like 4 versions of themselves throughout the movie. And the first half is very stressful and exhausting and confusing, but that's how it's designed. The character, they put you in the shoes of the character. It's very relatable concepts. They're getting audited. They're going to the IRS. They're fighting with the tax agent. Stuff that you pretty much have dreams or imaginations of doing, and these directors do those things and then some every time. I mean, there's multiple fight scenes with the Auditor, and it's crazy. And the Auditor is Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's in it a lot more than I thought. I will say that. She has a big role, and she killed it, man. She played so many different versions of herself incredibly, and also funny and endearing and sad. Everybody in this movie was like that. Michelle Yeoh, very sad, very funny, very annoying at points. She's very good at being that stern woman. I mean, you saw her in Crazy Rich Asians. Yeah, she's got that voice that just puts you in your place, and she does a lot of stunts in this. I didn't realize how good she was. I hadn't seen a lot of her older films, but her and Quan do some incredible fight scenes in this. I mean, I love a fight scene. I'm a big advocate for Gun Fu, John Wick, and The Raid, and Donnie Yen. I love him as Ip Man, and even CGI fights, Man of Steel and the Eternals. I love a good fight scene, and this movie has some all-timers. There's a fight scene with a fanny pack in the first act, and if you think that sounds weird, wait till the last few fight scenes, the items and props that are involved with that. It's unbelievable, and even if I told you, you would not believe it. Even when you see it, you don't believe it until you're actually out of the theater pondering on it. It's pretty crazy, man, and it's stuff that in certain scenes like that that'll make people want to walk out of the movie. But the movie is just so bipolar almost. It's doing one thing, making you feel funny or feel uncomfortable. Like, they put these characters, they make them do things, they establish rules to the way this multiverse hopping works. And I'm not going to say too much, but pretty much the characters have to do uncomfortable things and act it out. And these situations they put them in is very bone-chilling. Will have you balling your fist, gritting your teeth, looking away multiple times, and enough to make somebody get frustrated even. Like I said, if you're not open-minded about it. But if you stick through it all, that final climax is all cylinders. It's firing. Fireworks in the air. I mean, there's literally like visuals, like googly eyes flying all over the place, wind blowing, portals going around them, sucking them into things. Music is just hitting, operatic, and then these monologues in the background sprinkled through there with Wayman, the husband character, has one of the greatest monologues I've ever heard. And I do think Quan, he was the short round from Indiana Jones, and he was also in the Goonies, and he stopped being a part of Hollywood pretty much because the lack of diversity, and he kind of just did his own thing. And this is his first role in 20 years, I think. And you would have never guessed. This is one of the, I'm not even exaggerating, this is one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in my life, personally, of all the movies I've watched. I am obsessed with this actor now. I'm going to follow his career, whatever he does next. And yeah, the monologue scene that he has is one of my favorite moments in cinema. It's an all-timer. It's just amazing. There's so many like chef's kiss moments and homages to so many forms of art and movies, anime style. There's scenes where they're having dramatic talks in a dark city with bodies flashing, passing them by, and it's like they're hazy, like moving like ghostly, like fast-paced, and then the characters that are talking are staying still, like you've seen in old movies and animes. It was beautifully done. I love seeing that stuff again. It was just amazing. Michelle Yeoh, oh my god, man, she is Crazy Rich Asians, and Shang-Chi was really my big introduction into her. I know she's an older actress. She's been doing this for a long time, but this is an all-timer for her too. This is probably, I don't know, it's the best performance I've seen her in, but I haven't seen her in a lot. And yeah, man, she carried this movie in strides. It was amazing. And then her daughter, Joy, I don't know that actress's name, but she's great too. I mean, I'm sure this is one of her first roles, and wow, man, she's required to do a lot. All these actors are put through a lot, and so is the audience. But by the end of it, you will be so grateful that you got to see this. We got it in theaters where I live now. It's starting to get more of a wide release, and I just want everybody to see it, man. It's a life shower. It makes you makes you put life down, put it down on a table, and just want to dissect it and look at things differently and think, why couldn't I do this or that? But it's not any negatives. It's mainly a positive, happy experience by the end of it, and it's just a one-of-a-kind movie. I've never seen anything like it. There's a lot of things I'm probably forgetting to say, but the moral of the story of this video I'm doing and whatever timeline I'm in is to check this movie out. Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's one of the greatest in the past few years. I mean, gosh, I don't know what else to say about it, man. I don't want to say anything more bold than I already have, but I just am enamored by Wayman. I love that man, that character. So yeah, at least just go see it, please. Just go check it out. This is the Jay Stray Way. If you have seen it, comment. Let me know what were your favorite moments were, or what touched you about this movie. It's a very profound piece of art. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, y'all. See you next time.